What's up? What's up, guys? What's up, brothers? Welcome to Devil's Advocate. Yeah, what's up, guys? Um, Hope you guys had a so far a good week. Hopefully everything has been good for you guys. How are you guys doing? Uh, so, I think tonight gonna be another good live. A fun one, maybe a long one. We'll see how it goes. I have a few videos, few clips I want to react to. All right, so I think that would be fun. Uh, Again, like always, thank you for all the support. All the love. Right, watching my videos, liking it, commenting, subscribing if you haven't. Thank you. Right, it's much appreciated. Um, let's see. Yeah. So here's the thing where tonight's show. A lot of people think that my my content is like hating women in a sense. I always think, in my view, it's not a hate of women. It's a hate of being delusional. It's a hate of hypocrisy. It's a hate of the hate towards men. That's the thing where I like to, really point at the hate towards men, the hypocrisy that women live in, the delusion that women support and push out. Those are things I like to react to and talk about. It doesn't mean that I hate women. I mean, holding a woman accountable doesn't equal hate. Okay, so that's something I like to think that uh I my content is right. I've never said that. Oh, this woman is terrible. This woman's that. That. Not really. Or I haven't really. I don't know. Um, put down women like that. Maybe I have. I mean, maybe it sounds like I have, but it's not like intentional. Or that's what I'm trying to go for, right? I mean, it's more about the logic that women do. That's what I put down. Looks, I usually give women kind of an average at best look. I try not to, really put them down that much. But again, I want to really push the point where it's the logic that I like to talk about. So that's how my videos are. And like always, right? Perfect way to talk about the logic is Kendra G videos. So let's start it out. Yo, Alvi, what's up? What's up, bro? Um, yeah. So let's start. As always, let's get it started with a Kendra G video. All right, let's check it out.
Hi,
Hi, are you ready, boo?
I'm ready.
Is your name Shaw? Where are you calling me from?
San Antonio, Texas,
San Antonio, Texas. How old are you?
36.
36. What you do for a living?
I'm a consultant and I'm a student.
Consultant and a student. Do you have any kids?
I have four.
How old are your four? I would never think you would. I would have never thought you have four kids.
I do. My oldest son just graduated high school this week.
Okay. How old are your four kids?
My oldest is 18. And then I have a 14-year-old, 13-year-old, and 6 years old.
Are they all by the same man?
No, I was married twice. Three is from my first marriage, and my youngest is from my second marriage.
Okay. And when did you get divorced last?
2019.
Okay. Okay. And you're in San Antonio, Texas. What's your zodiac sign?
Gemini, May 26th.
Okay. So we got Shaw, San Antonio, Texas, 36, Gemini. She has mom of four kids by two men.
Wow. Um. Okay, 36, divorced twice. Um, because she's, I like to. You gotta point that out. With four kids, three by the first man, one by the next man. That's already a red flag. You got to think. There's reasonings. I mean, she'll probably get to it on why she got divorced, but again, proof is in the pudding. You couldn't make two marriages work. I mean, you thought these men were good enough to marry, good enough to have kids with, yet couldn't be good enough to stand the test of time, right? So those are definitely red flags to be aware of. Um, and I like to say that I think that history, that past, will most likely show that she's possibly hard to be with, and probably attracted or like terrible men, right? So,
Was married twice, so you were married both of your children's dads.
Yes.
Okay. Is she's a consultant and a student?
Yes, I'm in graduate school right now.
Okay, you got beautiful skin. Let's get into this.
Thank
What
you.
kind of man you looking for, honey?
I'm looking for a man who's stable, who's happy, and who is ambitious.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
If he has children and he's never married, the baby mom, that's a deal breaker for me. And if he can't afford to live the life that I can live.
If he can't afford, ooh. So what amount of money would it take to afford the life that you live?
He has to make at least 150K.
Okay.
What does that have to do with him? It's like, if you can afford your life, that's good. All he needs to do is afford him. All he needs to do is be stable. Why would he need to afford your life? I mean, like, you come with 4 kids. That's not his. There's literally, you should be taking up all that, 100% of that responsibility, because it is yours. It is yours and the men that you chose to have kids with. Why would he need to afford the lifestyle you have? This is the insanity of it, right? She's going to graduate school. She's whatever. All these, she has. I think she got consultant. Okay, if you are affording your lifestyle, why does he need to afford your lifestyle when you're already doing it? Why? This is the insanity of women. They are so promoting of them working, right? Being boss bitches, okay? And yet, when they get a man or requirements for a man, he needs to take away her responsibilities. So she's not forced to take up the adult responsibilities of her own life. He needs to take up for it. He needs to take away all her responsibilities. At least financial responsibilities. And that's the insanity of it. Here's a woman, right? Couldn't make 2 marriages work. Couldn't make the relationships with the men she chose to marry and give children with work. And now the next man has to be able to afford her and her kids from other men. He needs to take up the responsibility. Absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
And that's the thing. You know what? For men, I've said this before. I honestly do not. Marriage is not a benefit for men. It is not. For me, I would say men to get married to give the security to the women that he wants to have children with. But if she didn't require marriage for him, that's on her. He doesn't need to marry. Now, for women, well, she should be requiring marriage for her to get that security, right? If he's requiring children from her, well, she should be demanding that security. It's not the same way both sides. So I don't think that him not being married is not that big of a deal, but
he has to make at least 150K. Okay. Ooh.
And make 150K, right? Again, rare men, top level men, financially at least, right? we're not even getting to all the other standards these women have. They're constantly asking for top level men. 150K. That's what? 5%, if that, of the population? 10%? You're asking for a small, select group of men. And yet you're a baby mama of 4. 2 failed marriages. 36. These women are average at best, with being how old she is, 2 failed marriages, 4 kids. I'm being very lenient. This one is most likely, she's cute, she's okay, right? Not terrible looking. But this is the thing, right? Where this is the problem where men are the prize. Because these women, what do they have to offer? She has to offer used, right? A history of being what would I say? A used product, not top tier. She's not in her prime. So really, here's a man she's asking for it is top level man, yet he's really not getting top level woman. Top level in the dating market, who cares what money she makes, because that doesn't make her more attractive. So
Shaw, that's big money, Shaw.
Not necessarily.
Woo! Let it be.
How's that necessarily? When only about I'm highballing it too. When only about 10% of the population makes that amount, because I think 30% of the population, men and women, make 100K. I think about only just men, maybe 10%, if that, maybe a little more, maybe a little bit less. So how is that not rare? How is that not special? It is beyond me.
No. Okay. So you got to make at least 150K. So just for clarification, if you made $80,000, don't DM you.
No.
The ladies tonight ain't biting their tongue. They being direct. I don't know. Is this something in the water, Jeff?
And I say this, because these women always say that, okay, their exes made that amount of money. But still, it ended in divorce. It ended. These men, because she probably maybe go over it, even these men made that much, possibly. And yet it still ended. So really, what's the point? Because it doesn't produce a successful relationship. Obviously, she's the example of it.
Because the women coming on my show, clear, ain't stuttering.
And they're delusional. The women coming on her show are delusional. These are women that are past their prime, used up, not worth a damn. Asking for rare, top-level men and thinking they qualify for it.
We have woken up. So I think it's important. I think for a long time, women have just accepted what they felt like they could get. And many of them could have gotten more had they actually been, it's like, back in the day when they said,
yeah, women could get more when they have more to offer. Here's a 36-year-old woman, 2-time divorcee. She's like a champion or some shit, right? 2-time divorcee, right? 4 kids, asking for more. This is the thing. Am I saying that there are no delusional men out there that would accept this, who makes maybe 100K? Possibly. But I think that's sad. I think that's sad when men, okay, reach a point where they are rare. A man that makes 150K, he is rare. For him to lower his standards or practically have no standards at all, I think that's sad. I think that's very sad. I mean, this is one of the things why I hope I can create this channel, right? Is to promote men that make 50K, right? Are not terrible men. Okay, they're good men. Average men are good men. That doesn't making how much you make does not make you a terrible man. Okay, men that make 100K or more, you are rare. So I do not discourage you guys from having high standards. You should, because at the end of the day, you are a rare man. Women like this, who think she qualified for you and have very little to offer besides a whole lot of baggage, is insane.
If people knew that they were slaves, a lot more of them could have been freed. Black women have woken up at this point. We know that we can do better than what we've done in our past. And so that's what we're going for.
So I'm assuming both of your ex-husbands made 150K or more.
No, neither of them did. I married young.
Okay. I mean, this proves what I said before. She couldn't attract a man that made 100K or 150K. She married those two men, gave those two men kids. Now, after she is a whole lot less valuable on dating market perspective, she's requiring a better man. She's requiring a rarer man. This is the delusion that I talk about. This ain't hate. This ain't a hate, okay? This is calling the delusion, the hypocrisy, the insanity of a lot of women. Where this is the point. You offer so little to men, besides maybe a box, and you're asking for top level men or rare men. Is insane to me.
So I married at 19 or 20. And we met in college, and neither of us at the time had money. We were young. I had 3 kids. Well, I became a mom to 3 kids in 1 year. My oldest son, I adopted him. And then I gave birth to my 2 biological kids next in line. And so, no, he didn't have a lot
of. Okay. Skinny pimp. I don't even understand. I mean, like, why do you need to know my personal life? What did I say? Okay, really, what did I say was really wrong? Please tell me, because know my personal life does what? It is insane. I mean, that's the thing, right? The humbleness. She has the audacity, the entitlement to think that she qualifies for rare men. And again, this is just one aspect of the rarity that the man. This is, I mean, like I said, this is the entitlement of her, right? She's asking for a rare man, just financially. We're not even hearing like, oh, she wants a 6-foot man, she wants a good-looking black man, all these other requirements. Just finances alone, she's asking for a rare man. So that's the thing, where these women like this, they have, at the stage of life, they have very little offer. And they didn't require that before. She said that, okay, that women are now think that they can get more or they deserve more. But really, do you? You know, your dating history, your dating life will show you what you qualify for. Plain and simple.
Money at the time. Now he does very well for himself. He's older, and I'm not looking to date someone who's in their young 20s. So I would expect that any man who reaches out to me, he has also done well for himself at this age.
Okay, Shaw, this is gonna be said, so I'm gonna let you respond to it. Okay, I know they're gonna say, you know, you were married to 2 men, had children by 2 men who didn't make 150K, and now you're a mom of 4. Granted, they're not that young. Your kids are 18, 14, 13, and 6. Now you're a mom of 4, and you want the next man to, I guess, in so many ways, make more income than the men you were married to and had children by. So what's your response to that?
Well, it would be foolish for anyone to have the same standard they had at 18 years old when they're 36. I don't know. That's kind of a nonsensical question for the people who would ask that.
Oh, they're going to say it. Absolutely, this is going to be said. This is why I wanted you to respond to it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would I go for this? Why would I have the same standards when I'm 18 as I would have when I'm 36?
Let me speak from, I guess, that mindset. And that mindset, when I read the comments, and I've been doing the show for 4 years, basically a man that makes 150K, do you want to get married again?
I would like to.
Okay, so it would be a man that would have to accept you and your 4 children, essentially.
Yeah.
So the method, the mindset is, why would a man who makes 150K, potentially marry a woman that has 4 kids and her baby daddies or her ex-husband, because you were actually married, they didn't even make that requirement. So why, as a man that I have it, should I align myself with that? That's what I see in the
Two
comment
things.
section.
I understand two things. One, why would the man compare himself to someone that I chose when I was very young?
Because you gave him everything. You gave these men everything. Your body, your youth, your womb. You gave these men everything. This is the problem with a lot of women. How they believe that their past does not matter. It does. It does. Because a lot of men want a man's future, a man's prosperity, a man's accomplishments to matter. Well, women's past matters because it shows you the type of character you are. This is the thing. Women, she said very young, but it's like, have you learned anything? Really, a lot of women don't. They don't really get wiser over with age. Plain and simple. It's just the mistakes you've shown. It matters. It counts. It affects things. So
that doesn't make sense because they're not his competition, and
he's not worried about competition. He's worried about what. Here's the thing. You've married, gave kids to men that aren't on his level. You gave. This is the thing what women can't understand. The most precious thing you can give a man is your body and children. That is the best thing you can give a man, really. And she's given it to lesser men, comparative to the type of man she wants now, lesser men. So the product that she gave to these lesser men, now she's going to give it to a higher level man. Men like that will see that I deserve better, because in her mind, she deserves better. She says she deserves better, right? Why doesn't he think that? Why wouldn't he think that when he's top level man, right? Plain and simple.
Two, why wouldn't that man want me? Why wouldn't he want me? Look, let me speed this up. This is
let me do the Kendra Cam now. Wait, move back a little bit. So
her body. Why wouldn't he want her? Her body, her looks. This is the thing where women think that they're so special. Men find most women attractive. Men find most women attractive. Like, think about that. Men will find most women attractive. So even if she's attractive, well, it's nothing. She's not winning a Nobel Prize for that. She's not a supermodel. She's not, on the cover of magazines, on commercials, or whatever, celebrated for her beauty. So really, she may be good looking in some men's eyes, but again, men find most women attractive. It's women who find most men unattractive. So really, great if you look good, if you have a nice body. But what does that mean? That doesn't equate to rarity, right? Rarity, because women are so disconnected. Again, most men don't make even 100K. Most men don't even make 100K. So to make 150K, and to be honest, 4 kids, him, if he has kids himself, he's gonna have to make maybe close to 2K or better. So, but regardless, to make 150K, that's even more of a rare man. A rare man, women with decent, okay looks, but that isn't rare. Again, men find most women attractive.
She said, why would a man want? Ooh.
I'm fit, I'm gorgeous, I'm intelligent. I attend Harvard University. I'm very successful in my own.
Gorgeous? Not really. She's okay looking, but again, she's nothing special. maybe at best, looks wise, a 6, right? And there's plenty of women at her level or better, okay? Especially for these rare men, uh, attending college, intelligent, great. I mean, I wouldn't say most women are stupid, okay? And your level of education doesn't mean a whole lot. I've said this before. Women's education, accomplishments, career, job means nothing. Or it doesn't make them more attractive. Now, again, it can be a good conversation, but it doesn't make them more attractive.
Right, especially because I have 4 children. And I'm also not looking for a man who doesn't have children. I would prefer that the man has already been married at least once. It would be great if he has a small child, because my youngest daughter is 6 and she's kind of like, even though she's not a single child, you know, my oldest son goes off to Howard.
I mean, that might make it easier, right? There's plenty of divorced men. Or, well, she just wants to divorce men, it seems, but. So, that makes the pool a little bit bigger.
In the fall, my youngest son is at one of the top junior college preparatory boarding schools in America. So he doesn't live with me. My other daughter, she's going to be headed off soon. So it's really just my baby girl who's with me. I would love if I could meet a man who also has a small child that I can be a mother to as well.
I was going to ask that question. So there's not an expectation that this man has to financially provide for your children?
I provide for my children.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, if you got married, is there expectation for him to financially provide for your children in any way?
There would be an expectation for him to provide for the household, as I also provide for my household.
Okay. You got some paid questions, girl. You know you got some paid questions, girl.
Let's get it going.
Now, for just move a little bit. You're so close to the middle. Go. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, sorry.
All right. Get It Done said, Kendra, ask her what her requirements would have been hadn't she married twice with 4 kids.
I would have looked for a man who didn't have children, and probably who had not married yet. I think for me, this is just my opinion, I believe that people who don't have children already and people who have never been married, they should mate together. So that you can have a lot of those first experiences with someone else who's also going, having those first experiences. But I've had that. I've been there, done that. I've been married twice. I have my children. I don't want any more biological children. So I prefer a man who's looking for a ready-made family. I would like for him to already have a family so that we can come together and, make shit shake.
Woo, make shit shake. All right. Ma said, I'm sure as a consultant, she makes around 150K. So if that's what she's asking for, I ain't mad at it. So she's on your side. And then Lord of Leon said,
how's that? I mean, there's no guarantee that she's making that much.
With that in mind, fellas, never settle. These women raise their standards, raise yours. And settling for us looks different for women. Shout out to Kendra, you look amazing. Thank you, Lord of Leon. Okay.
I mean, when first of all, that doesn't make sense. Men have never settled.
Why do you say that?
Men, they don't settle. They go for, and this is the problem, because there could be a man who didn't deserve an awesome, I'm not going to curse, an awesome woman. But that awesome woman gives him a chance. And now
men are basically settling. Women choose who they want to be with. Men accept men will choose who accepts them. It's like, basically, men settle. Men are, how men go about dating, they settle. They settle for whoever accepts them. Women choose who they want to be with. Sometimes they choose poorly. Well, most times women choose poorly. But again, men truly settle. Plain and simple. Men will go for, most men, average men, majority of men will go for whoever they ask that says yes.
he feels like, oh, well, these are the type of women that I can get because I've gotten one of these. And they just shoot higher and higher and higher. Men, especially Black men, they're born with audacity. And so I'm not really sure where this whole narrative comes from, that men have been settling in the past and now they need to raise their standards. Your standards have already been higher than what you've even, deserved all this time. So humble yourself.
The audacity, deserve. Here's the thing where women can't understand. That's the audacity. The audacity. She's asking financially, he's already a rare man. So really, what? It's like, really, these men should have high standards. Most men do not have high standards. Why? You gotta think. One of the prime method that men go about dating is just gunshot, right? What is it? Like a gunshot kind of thing, where they just shoot, they just ask a whole bunch of women. Yes, men would love the supermodels, the 8s, the 9s, the 10s, whatever, but it don't mean that they will get them. Okay? It's not a sure thing. Men trying to hit on multiple women, that's not a sure thing. So men predominantly settle for whoever says yes. Women are the ones who choose, right? They choose. They're the choosers.
King.
Humble yourself, King. Esther said, hi, Kendra. I watch your show all the time. Love it. I wonder, do these women know the type of job or the amount of person has to make per hour in order to make 100K? So I hear this a lot. They want to know. I mean, you said you went to Harvard, or you going to Harvard?
I'm a Harvard graduate student right now.
Okay, you're a Harvard graduate student. So I'm assuming you know of men in these salary ranges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the question is, and this is a question a lot, they want to know, do women think of men who actually, or do they even know the professions of men that make 100K or more? But if you went to Harvard, my assumption is you know plenty.
Most people date within their social circle. So if you have to really try to find, if it's really difficult for you to find a man who makes over 6 figures, change your circle. Same thing for me. Like, I don't have a lot of men that I'm around right now who are just, 7-figure, or 8-figure men. I want to elevate my circle. So as far as 150K is really low for the men that I'm around. And so, yeah, it's not difficult to find those.
If you're around the men, go for it. It's like women, if these men aren't in abundance, that's the insanity of it. These men aren't in abundance. Plain and simple. Ridiculous.
Man, for me.
So, okay, so the men that you're around, you don't want to date any of them?
Oh, no, I'm open to it. I just, my last relationship was in December. Okay. And so I'm in therapy. I'm still in therapy, and I'm probably going to be in therapy for the next 5 years. It's really good, to just be able to talk things out and not give so much, not put so much of your baggage on your friends and your families. And so now I said, during the summertime, I'm going to get back out there and I'm going to start dating again. So this is what I'm doing.
Okay, and I'm listening intently. So although you're around the 6-figure man, you said that you want to elevate. So you really want a man in the 7, 8-figure range.
Yes, because I'm going to be there.
Ooh, don't play with Shaw, honey. Child, I don't even know these questions. We done got a tangent. Y'all tonight, I'm confused in my own damn way. Oh, there's someone wants me to say this. Thomas B said, trust me, the slaves knew that they were enslaved. For you to repeat that nonsense near Juneteenth is ignorant. So I guess the analogy you made about Black women not realizing that they were enslaved because of the men they were choosing, I think it's response to that statement.
Well, I think that person, Thomas B, doesn't understand history, and that's okay. Not everyone likes to read, so I'll stop there.
So, in your mind, history, that women didn't think that they were enslaved. Okay.
All right. What was my last question that I asked that's your deal breakers? I don't think we got to the.
Yes, because I said my deal breaker would be a man who can't afford to live the lifestyle.
Okay, so we're still kind of early. Should the guy look a certain way?
I would like for him to be, 5'9". I have dated mostly Black men in my past. I'm open to any race. That's pretty, and he has to just be attractive. And if you're an attractive person, if you go out and you get looks all the time, you're an attractive person. That's what I'm looking for. So
top tier attractive. Go out and get looks. I've said this before. I just said it. Women find most men unattractive. So she wants top level attraction. Top level attraction, men that makes over 6 figures. I mean, she just said she wants a man that makes 7 or 8 figures. So this is insanity. This is what I'm saying. This is not hate. This is calling out the entitlement, the audacity, the delusion, the insanity. Oh God, she's amazing. She's absolutely. I'm sorry. I would love to see an update on this woman because I cannot imagine any man that will go for this. Maybe he's, I don't know, 50, 60. I mean, depends on, her age bracket too. If she wants a man that's much older, she probably could get that. But it's like, even a man is much older, even men that looks good to most women and makes a lot of money, that is rare man. And if you want him monogamous, you're insane.
I don't have certain features or anything like that.
Okay. Now, should he make a certain amount of money? We already got there. We already did that. And shit, we did the Kendra cam too. You want to do it again?
Yes.
You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
December of last year.
Okay. Are you waiting for a relationship?
That's the goal.
Okay.
Yes.
3 flaws you have to work on.
I work too much. And what I've learned now is that the more money people make, the less they actually work. And so I'm trying to get to that point so that I don't have to work so much, because it can take away from, especially building a new relationship and nurturing a new relationship. I don't have a lot of time for it right now. So I'm trying to, I've made some space in my life where I can not work as much.
Okay.
I also, go ahead.
Okay, you go ahead.
And I also, I don't shy away from confrontation. So I would need a man who doesn't buckle.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
What I hear is that she's difficult. Doesn't shy from confrontation. Most likely she has a mouth on her, right? Most likely she's argumentative. She's probably aggressive. Like, I don't know. She sounds like the boss bee, right? A modern day, strong, independent woman. Okay.
I think that's it.
All right. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Well, I'll say this. No matter how any of my relationships, no matter how much or how bad any of my relationships have ended, whether it was like a good term or a bad term, they have always walked away better people. Their finances have increased significantly. They have become more educated. Their lives look incredibly better than it did before I entered their lives. That's what I have to offer a man.
Shaw, we got some more questions. You ready for them?
Let's get it.
Okay, let's get it. This man spent $20. Let me just go to him because he spent $20. Aggie Foot Fan 87 said, a single man who makes 150K is a 0.8% to 1.9% man. A man like that has better options than a 35 plus 4-time single man. You are still single. No, why are you still single?
Again, left a relationship in December, and the only people who start
Technically, all she's showing is that she has a string of failed relationships. That's it. Great. I mean, it kind of proves his point. Why are you still single? You can't make a relationship work. You couldn't make 2 marriages work. You just said that you just left a relationship, so you couldn't make that one work. I mean, that has to show something.
know statistics are people who don't actually make that amount of money. So I don't really need anyone who has to count their pennies in their bank account to try to tell me what a man who makes over 150K a year desires, because I don't have a problem getting the type of men that I'm interested in dating or mating with or marrying. So
if you don't have a problem, this is kind of insanity, right? You don't have the problem. This is women can't understand. You actually shown that you do have a problem, because not a single man lasted through the test of time. You don't have a problem with having sex with a man. Cool. But again, you have a problem with making it last.
If y'all ain't learned tonight, y'all keep typing and paying for questions if you want to. But if y'all ain't know tonight, every cousin that came on this show tonight, they ready to read you down to the ground. So just know, you can say what you want. But
they can say what they want, but it doesn't matter.
She already said that she's not backing down. Okay, Miss Blessed Tish said, the economy back then was not like it is now, so your standards are on point. Don't settle.
What? How's that good? No.
Settle. She's saying don't settle. Okay. As a woman in the 250,000 range, I understand. Okay. Jasmine said, I think this is a man, said, Kendra, ask her, does she understand the sacrifices a man has to make to get to 150K to 200K range?
Let me say something really quickly. So, like I said earlier, my youngest son will be attending a college preparatory boarding school in the fall. And going through that process has really taught me a lot about life. The path that we believe it takes to get to 150K or 200K is not necessarily the path that most of the people who ends up in that price range, like for their annual income, they don't take that same path. It's like you don't know what you know until you know it. And so a lot of these people have not struggled and, had to, labor laboriously and do all of these things to get, to their price range. They took a certain path that unfortunately many Black people are not privy to. But when you become privy to that path, you realize that it's not as difficult as you may assume that it is. And so when men get that amount of money and they're around women like me, they're not saying, oh my gosh, you have 4 kids. I'd sacrifice all of this. And now I don't want to, marry a woman like you with all these kids. They're like, how the fuck did you make this much money and do it with 4 kids? Because there's no way I could have done it. And they literally see me as a prize and they see me as an anomaly because I actually went down the path that most of the people on this show probably thinks that it takes to get there. So I understand the question, but that's just not the case for a lot of the people in America who are in the 150 to 200K range and above, especially when they're not Black. And I'm not just, I'm open to dating non-Black men as well.
Okay, so all races or just non-Black men and maybe one race?
All races.
All races. So I will say this to that, because it seems like you have the circle, and I said this before, granted, you are in the world of the men that you're describing according to what you're telling me. But I always tell women, if they are in those worlds, you should be considering those men are options, because you have the first, that is your first pool. So I think I asked this earlier, but it seems like you're surrounded by all these great men. So then one would say, why call me?
My ex-partner is also in my same social circle. Okay. And so, yeah, I've just been taking my time. Again, I'm I'm newly single, so it's not like I've been around these men for 3, 4, 5 years and no one wanted me, or that I didn't want them either. It's that I'm newly single. My ex-partner is in my same social circle, and so I'm just casting my net a little bit wider.
Okay. Ty Shy says she's very beautiful, gorgeous skin. I can definitely see her attracting that man.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is where I want to talk about, right? Again, attracting that man is different than keeping that man. That's the thing. Men will say what, like she said, oh, you're so amazing, you're so rare, all this stuff. Men will say anything to get into your pants. Anything. Men will say anything to get into your pants. That don't mean those same type of men will be faithful to you long term. This is the thing where it is now common sense. Men that will have sex with you and men that will commit to you long term are two different things. Women put it at the same thing. Right? All these men say that I'm amazing, that they would have sex with me. Okay, great. That don't mean that these men will be with you for the rest of your life or be committed to just you.
Nene once said 4, 5, 10 kids. She looks good, intelligent, successful. She has my vote.
That's funny.
I was gonna have. I think I read them all. Thomas B said this is the bitter, combative, and sassy episode.
Well, learn your place.
All right. I think after this one, I'm gonna stop. Demetrius James said this woman is attractive physically, but extremely immature mentally. Men settle, especially in Western marriages. Always have, always will.
Well, if men settle and you're a man, then continue settling if that's your perspective. I can't change that, and I'm not here to change it. I'm here looking for looking for a man who understands my perspective, who agrees with my perspective. So the things that we're discussing on this show is not going to be a matter of contention or a point of contention in my relationship. They already understand. And the same with that, I already understand. The bonus is if they have a child who's around the same age as my youngest child, that would be great.
Okay. All right, so listen, you held it down. All the women
I think it's ridiculous. I mean, it's weird that she said that her ex runs in the same circle. It's like, this is the thing with a lot of women. I think women are top level manipulators and liars. I think women can lie and manipulate 100 times better than men can. 100 times better. So really, I don't know if she's all that truthful with everything she said, but because sometimes you can catch them in a weird lie or a weird sentence. Yeah, I just, these are women that will stay single, right? They're just difficult, high standards, low value. I just can't see any reasoning why she would, be that she's worth it for a man to deal with. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right. Let's get into it. And that's the thing, right? Carney, you're right. Enter her. I mean, it's like this. These are the problems with a lot of these women. They are the boss of their own life. which is fine, you know, is great. But then you're asking for rare men, top level men. It's like you are entering their leadership, their frame. It's not the other way around. That's the thing where a lot of these men won't deal with that shit. So I think that's the insanity of it right there. But okay, so I saw this video, this clip a little while ago, or today. I mean, I saw the clip today. Now this is Africa. Well, let me see. Okay, now I saw this clip, you know, today. I thought it was interesting. It was funny. This is an Africa dating show or blind date or whatever, a game show or whatever show. Excuse me. Show. So she might be a little bit hard to understand. Okay? But I thought it was funny. All right? So I wanted to share with you guys. So let's get started with this. This is a funny clip. Or funny 2 clips. So hey, Alvy, that's really delusion for women is like, this is like a degree. It's like they're everything. That's why I always like to point out the delusion. So yeah, let's check this clip out.
If I can have the car.
Yes. Mention your boyfriend's name and this car is all yours.
So you won't make I come, they mention all these things, they tell you persuade by me. I know my boyfriend now.
See you that you
but
know
why you fedoring me? Why you fedoring me?
That's what is needed. That's what is needed for us to get you this car.
Must you feed me?
It's what they asked us to do. We are doing here now. Mention the name of the man that got you this.
Just give me this car key.
Madam,
I just enter inside.
Madam,
it doesn't really matter to mention his name.
Madam, you will enter the car. The car is all yours if you mention the name of the person that got you the car.
But does it really matter for me
yes,
to just
it
mention
matters.
his name?
It matters.
I don't mention like phone names now. You say no, be okay. Okay. Wait. Nachi bike. Maybe you can do this to me. Maybe.
So it looks like she mentioned a wrong name. She mentioned the wrong name.
Calm down.
So here's a little bit more of that one. Let's go.
Calm down.
I can't leave it.
Calm down first.
I can't.
Calm down.
Say you've seen what you've got.
Calm down
You are
first.
the about this.
Yeah.
Calm down first. Just calm down.
This to me.
Madam, you've gotten the car you want now.
Please just calm down first.
I'm only doing my job.
I didn't know him. I know him. He's my first.
You didn't mention his name, ma.
I know his name.
You know him, yes.
Yes.
Yes, you know that you mentioned his name. You know that you mentioned his name.
Madam, hey, stop. Okay,
Can I have the car key? Can I have the car key?
I'm not giving it to you.
Can I have the car key?
I'm not giving it to you.
Step out.
Hey.
Outside.
Oh, guys,
So the car surprise gone wrong. She was asked to mention her boyfriend's name to take the car. She mentioned the wrong name. This was the car that he was going to give to her. If she mentioned his name. So obviously she's dealing with more than one man.
you can see, it has turned into fighting me too. Because of G-Wagon.
It's just I thought it was an interesting clip, right? Here's an African woman from Africa, all this shit. She was on kind of like a game show or dating, whatever. She had to mention her boyfriend's name, the man that bought this car. Well, what did she do? She said the wrong man's name.
It's my car. I'm not going anywhere.
Wow, that's wonderful.
This is my car. I'm not going anywhere.
Maybe.
I must
Let me have
drive
my...
this.
I'm going
Calm
down.
I can't leave it.
Calm down first.
I can't.
Calm down.
Say you've seen what you've got.
Calm down
You are the
first.
boss about this.
Yeah.
Calm down first. Just calm down.
This to me.
Madam, you've gotten the car you want now.
Please just calm down first.
So you can see how irate she is, how emotional she is. But she's only emotional for that car. She's not like she's begging this man, like saying sorry. You're my man. You're all this shit, right? No, she's emotional for the car. This is the price, right? Oh, the whole passport bro movement. It's getting big. It's it's happening. Us men have to also think. Feminism is a poison. As feminism will produce selfishness. You only care about yourself. So feminism is a poison that's permeating. It is spreading to the rest of the world. As time goes on, it's no longer just the Western world. Even other countries, you will see more and more selfish women, self-centered women, women that think only about the money, only about never caring about the man himself. Like I said, here's a woman. She's irate, crying, or being emotional, doesn't want to leave the car. She's not begging the man. She's not trying to, change this man's mind in the sense that, oh, baby, I'm sorry. Like, I love you and it's you. I want you. I didn't mean that. No. Like, I don't want to leave this car. That's the thing.
I'm only doing my job.
I didn't know him. I know him. He's my first.
You didn't mention his name, ma.
I know his name.
You know him, yes.
Yes,
You know that you mentioned his name. You know that you mentioned his name.
Madam, hey, stop.
Please, can I have the car key? Can I have the car key?
I'm not giving it to you.
Can I have the car key?
I'm not giving it to you.
Step out.
Hey.
Outside.
Oh, guys, you can see, it has turned into fighting me too. Because of G-Wagon.
This is my car. I'm not going anywhere.
Wow, that's wonderful.
This is my car. I'm not going anywhere.
Maybe.
I must
Let me have
drive
my...
this.
See, that's the insanity of it, right? She only cares about the car. This is the thing with a lot of women. It's never about the man. It's never about the man.
If I can have the car.
Yes. Mention your boyfriend's name and this car is all yours.
Sure, you won't make I.
Mention your boyfriend's name, and it's all yours. She mentioned the wrong boyfriend, so she has more than one.
When they mention all these things, they tell you persuade by me. I know my boyfriend now.
Seeing you that you
But
know
why you fedoring me? Why you fedoring me?
That's what is needed. That's what is needed for us to get you this car.
Must he video me?
It's what they asked us to do. We are doing here now. Mention the name of the man that got you this.
Just give me this car key.
Madam,
I just enter inside.
Madam,
it doesn't really matter to mention his name.
Madam, you will enter the car. The car is all yours if you mention the name of the person that got you the car.
But does it really matter for me to
Yes,
just
it
mention
matters.
his name?
It matters.
I don't mention like phone names now. You say no, be okay. But Nachi bike.
Maybe you can do this to me.
I mean, I guess she was set up. I mean, but again, if she was morally sound, faithful, would it be a setup? I mean, if she said the right man's name, her supposedly current boyfriend, it wouldn't be much of a setup.
Calm down.
That isn't a bad G-Wagon. Red interior, I kind of like that. I mean, if I could, I would go for a red interior car. I mean, maybe I could do that in the future. I don't know. I would love to get a red interior car. I think that would be really cool looking. So.
Calm down.
I can't leave it.
Calm down first.
I can't.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, like I'm saying, is like I thought this was a fun, crazy clip. I wanted to show you guys the insanity, so I think it was fun. But again, this is the thing with a lot of women. They don't care about the man. They care about, let's say, if they get caught or something. They care about the result. They cared about the object, the material, right? The car she cared about. She doesn't want to lose the car. I doubt she cares if she loses the man. Just don't want to lose the car. So you can see her value there. So I think that's that is something that a lot of men need to watch out for. Thinking that, let's say this, right? And I'm all support for the passport bros, right? I'm a big supporter of it. But don't be deluded, right? It's not necessarily where you go. It's about having your boundaries, right? Being the top level man that you can be, having standards, having boundaries, having preferences, okay? Not being an idiot. Because even in other countries, you can still find entitled, self-centered, narcissistic, terrible women. You can still find those women in other countries. So that's something that we got to think about, right? So be warned, beware that, well, even if you go to Thailand, Africa, Colombia, Dominican Republic, wherever, there will still be women that they won't be that great. And at the end of the day, wherever you go, men are only valued by their money. That's plain and simple. So you gotta be aware of that. So what do you guys think? Well, I mean, I think the whole I think the new wave of feminism, I think that's created the whole three or fours. Because the new wave of feminism is very sexual liberated, in my opinion. Right? You go for, who cares about body count, have fun and all that shit. We're gonna talk about that, right? Body count and all that shit in a little bit, but that's the thing. There's no care about it. So yeah. Okay. All right. So let's check this clip out. All right. I thought this was it's a short clip, but it talks about. I mean, it's pretty much the idea of what I have the video for tonight is.
I just saw a video of a guy showing his song about his ex that cheated on him, and I just hate the way society demonizes women for cheating on men. Cheat on women all the time, and honestly, like, I support women's rights and wrongs. Good for her for cheating. I love that for her. Women should cheat more often, quite honestly, and I stand by that. I just saw a video of
Absolute insanity. So here's a woman that she stands by women cheating. You see the kind of values, the morality, the value she has. Let's break this down. It's a short clip.
of a guy showing his song about his ex that cheated on him, and I just hate the way society demonizes women for cheating on men. Cheat on women.
Society demonized cheating. Plain and simple. In all honesty, society demonized men cheating a whole lot more. You know, this is not nothing new. Society has always called out men for cheating. Here's the most known thing. Divorces, one of the most go-to answer is that, oh, what did he do? Did he cheat on you? Women, society always assume if a woman leaves a marriage, automatically he cheated on her. Right? I've seen that so often. That's a common thought pattern. So men have always been demonized for cheating. Always. Women, I mean, I think women are sneakier about it, and a lot of times society likes to glaze over it. That's my opinion. I think a lot of times society likes to, put that under the rug, not really make it a spectacle, right? That, oh, women can be cheaters too. I think that's the thing with society, that we don't talk about that enough.
all the time. And honestly, like, I support women's rights and wrongs. Good for her for cheating. I love that for her. Women should cheat more often, quite honestly.
And that's the insanity of it, right? She said, I support women's right or wrong. So it don't matter if it's right or wrong. Don't matter if it's illogical, it's delusional, it's hypocritical. It don't matter. I support it. In my opinion, I think that is most women's way of thinking. It don't matter if this woman is terrible, I support her. It don't matter if she says terrible things, I support her. Why? Because she's a woman. It don't matter if she's fat and thinks she's a 10. I support her. It don't matter if she cheated on her husband and divorced him and now got half of his shit. I support her. It don't matter, right? It don't matter what she does, right or wrong. I support her. I think most women do this. Most women will support other women's delusion because, again, it reflects on them. Because most women are or can be delusional. So if I'm going to break this woman's delusion, what about my delusions, right? So I need to support her delusions. And that is the insanity right there. That is the disgustingness. The no basis, no logic, don't matter. I will support her. I will support whatever this woman says. It don't matter if she's right or wrong. Absolute insanity.
And I stand by that. I just saw a video of a guy showing his song about his ex that cheated on him, and I just hate the way society demonizes women for cheating on men. Cheat on women all the time.
And this is the disgustingness, right? Here's a woman that would support women cheating, but would be the same woman if a man cheated on her, will call all men cheaters, liars, two-faced, terrible, dirtbags, whatever. Women like this that will dog on men for doing shitty things. Yet, if a woman does it, it is okay. It is okay. If a woman dates an older man, a man that's much older than her, it's okay. But if a man dates a younger woman, he's disgusting. He's a pedophile. He's a groomer. And I've done a video on that. The hypocrisy on it. It is okay for a woman who's like in her 20s to date an older man, most likely purely for his money, right? It is okay for a woman younger in her 20s to date a man maybe 60, 70, purely for his money. But it is disgusting. It is grooming behavior. If an older man, right, 60, 70, dates a woman in her 20s for her beauty and body, that's disgusting. The hypocrisy, the absolute hypocrisy and delusion, right? The absolute insanity. But it's okay. Women will support it. Women will support women doing terrible things, right? Women will support it, but reverse, they don't. That is the logic. That is the insane logic of women, is that I can do it, but you cannot. What I do that benefits me, that is okay. If you do the same thing and it benefits you, that isn't okay. If you cheat on me, that is terrible. But if I cheat on you, that is fine. I support that because women can cheat on men. Men should not cheat on women. The absolute insanity of women. I think that's one of the most disgusting things.
And honestly, like, I support women's rights and wrongs. Good for her for cheating. I love that for her. Women should cheat more often, quite honestly. And I stand by that.
And that's the insanity of it. I wanted to show that because that is something that I believe women are synonymous with. The whole support, whether it's right or wrong, it don't matter. Whether it's delusional, hypocritical, double standards, whatever, illogical, it don't matter. I will support that. That's the women's model. I will support it. If you're a woman, I will support your insanity. But God forbid, any woman that goes against it, goes against the sisterhood, is a pick-me-sha, right? It is catering to men. Absolute insanity and disgustingness, right? It is. And I think, in my opinion, that is majority of women right now. So I think that's insane. What do you guys think? And here's the thing, right? Here's another thing that will show you, right? Women can have standards, men cannot. Like I said, right? This is the hypocrisy, the double standards. If men have standards, it needs to be criticized. It needs to be, talked about, or destroyed, right? But if women have standards, you better support it, right? Women can have standards too, right? All that shit. So
the only person that cares about a body count is an insecure person that's interested in you, but not in the count. Let me explain. The only reason these people care is because they're comparing themselves to people in your past, whether they know them or not. It's just more people from your past that they have to compete with. So it's not really them that has a problem with it, it's their ego. The truth is, this number doesn't matter and won't matter to your right person. And just know 99.9% of the time, if you ask someone their body count, they're gonna lie. Why? Because it's none of your damn business. So stop asking body counts. You look pathetic. The past is in the past. Level up. See you on the next one.
That's the thing, right? It just shows you. This is, men's standards do not matter. Level up. It's in the past. But yet women's standards, right? How much money you make, how much your ambition, right? That matters. That's important. Here's the thing. Why you gotta understand the differences. Men's money, which is good, right? I mean, like, making money is part of the world. We gotta make money. But this is the thing where it's the insanity. He needs to make this amount. How does that make you a good partner, right? How does that make you a good partner? Because that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't cheat on her, or you won't abuse her, or I don't know, any kind of things. It doesn't make the amount of money a man makes does not equate him being a better partner. But yeah, that's women's standards. You need to make a certain amount, usually 100K, right? 100K makes you an amazing man, supposedly. But here's the thing with women that they seem to not understand. Body count. It means a lot because it shows you what type of woman you are. It shows you your discernment. It shows you what you value and what you don't really value. Because here's the thing, where you can have sex with, let's say, 100 men. 100 men. How does that show you that you even value your body? How does that show you that, you know what? You can give something for men so easily. And yet now, you require the next man, let's say you, right? To be a 100K earner, to be amazing, to be 6 foot tall, all these requirements for you to even have access to her. Yet, men in her past, hundreds of men really didn't have to meet that standard, that he could access to her body. Shows you that, you know what? It's her discernment. It's her, it's her. She has very low, what is it? She's poor character. She has poor character judgment, right? Poor judgment in people, or she doesn't even care, right? She doesn't even care about the people she goes with, right? She doesn't even care about the men she interacts with, just given they're in the body. Or a lot of times, you can have sex with rings of terrible men, and that shows you, right? You are attracted to these terrible men. You gave this man your body. That shows you also your character, right? Because a lot of times body count will show these women what kind, shows men what character these women have, what type of personality these women have. Okay, and it is very evident that the more sexual partners you have, the harder it is to pair bond with this man, right? With the next man. So here, let's talk about this.
The only person that cares about a body count is an insecure person that's interested in you, but not in the count.
When men care about something, he is insecure. When women care about something, you better listen. That's the insanity about it, right? Men's standards equal insecurity. Women's standards are important. You better listen to. You better follow. You better meet up. You better level up too.
Let me explain. The only reason these people care is because they're comparing themselves to people in your past, whether they know them or not. It's just...
That's the insanity of it. You think the men are the... And let's say this, right? Yeah, they probably do. But you think men are the only ones who compare? If a woman had 100 sexual partners, you think that the man that she chose, she wouldn't compare him to the other men that she's been with? Women do compare. So really, that's the insanity of it. You said, so that's insecurity that he compared himself to these other men. But he doesn't really know these men like that. So really, his comparison is very vague, right? Unless he asked, he really wouldn't know. So really, in his mind, he may be comparing it, but his comparison wouldn't be all that truthful or very vague. The problem is, which goes with the pair bonding, is women will compare. No duh, women compare men's pea size. And there's nothing new. That's pretty obvious, right? No duh, women compare men's you get it, right? How men of their past treat them, okay? How women have a comparison. And that's the thing. That's the part where it makes them harder to pair bond, because women have such a long list of comparisons that possibly no man can equal. And that's the problem with a lot of women, where the more men she's been with, the more small attributes, right, of each man she likes. The subsequent man, right, maybe you, entering this woman's life, well, you might not compare to all these other men, because in her mind, she's been with so many men, now she's built a man in her mind. Like, he has this quality, he has this P of this man, he has this wallet of this man, he has this look of this man, he has this charm of this man, he has this funniness, sense of humor of this man. You may not equal it, but this is the thing. It's not on his case, right? It's not the thing, because, again, if he doesn't compare, he doesn't compare. He wouldn't really care. The problem is, she would. And then what makes him care is how she treats him. That's the point. A lot of these women seem to not understand. It happens so many times. The insecurity talk that women do. He's insecure about how much money she makes. He's insecure about her body count. Well, no, he isn't. What makes men insecure is how women treat men, right? Like, let's say this. How much money she makes. Well, she may look down on him because he makes less than her. She may not treat him the same or equal or better because he makes less than her, right? Or body count. She may not be as sexually enthusiastic to have sex with this man because she's been with better, right? She had bigger, she had longer, she had whatever. And she treats him like, oh, okay, she's not that enthusiastic when having sex with him. It's how women treat men because of certain things, right? It's how women treat men because she makes more money than him. It's how women treat men because she's been with so many other men. It's not because men are insecure because you've been with 100 women, 100 men, or make 100 grand more than him. No, Because at the end of the day, he don't care. What he does care is how you treat him. That's the point.
More people from your past that they have to compete with. So it's not really them that has a problem with it, it's their ego. The truth is,
it's because women make it a point. It's your men know it. It's your past. He's not competing. Here's the thing. If I'm with a girl, I'm not competing with all her exes because she's not with them. But her exes are with her in her head. That's the thing. That's the thing where you compete with. You're not competing with all these other men that she's not with most of the time, right? Unless she's still messing with them, which is already another red flag. But men, in men's mind, they don't worry about that shit. What they worry about is how these men affected these women. Okay? Make these women harder to be with because the trauma, right? I'm not even going with the trauma, right? Being with 100 men or whatever, dozens of men, will also build trauma in these women, build walls that these men have to break down. So another reasoning why body count matters because these interacting with all these men, some of them might not be good interactions, like cheating on them, abusing them, whatever. So now you have to deal with these walls.
this number doesn't matter and won't matter to your right person. And
that's the thing. It's not the number. I mean, 100, 500, that's a lot. But it's not what the number is. It's what it signifies. It's the damage it's done, right? The difficulties it makes being with this woman. Again, it is mindset, right? It is how this woman acts. A woman that is a virgin, okay? A woman that's a virgin would treat a man differently compared to if she wasn't a virgin anymore, if she's been with 100 men. They would treat a man differently. Plain and simple. A virgin, she'll probably be less aggressive, argumentative, difficult to be with, or think that she probably be more enthusiastic with him. Probably more loving, more caring, right? Because this man is maybe her first, or she cares for him, loves him, right? Right? It's like the pair bonding is stronger, right? The love is stronger. Now, that same woman that's been with 100 men, well, she probably think, oh, he's nothing special. I've been there, I've done that. All these things like, oh, I've been hurt, I've been abused, I've been lied to, I don't trust you. I'm gonna fight you on things. It's my way. How difficult to be with, easier to deal with. And I'm not saying go for virgins. I'm not saying that. But as things increase, she only gets harder to deal with. Right? That's the thing. But it's the mindset. It's not about the body count. Okay? It's not about how many men you've been with, which is, I mean, it can be because if you've been with a lot of men, it's kind of disgusting. But as women get with more men, they don't become easier to deal with. They don't. And here, I'm going to be accountable to both. It's both men and women. Body count matters to both men and women, right? I'm saying the count itself matters, right? It affects both men and women. Body count will affect both men and women. The difference is women don't care. Women don't care how necessarily, right? How many women this man has been with. They don't care. Men do.
Just know 99.9% of the time, if you ask someone their body count, they're gonna lie.
If it doesn't matter, why would you lie? Why would you lie if it doesn't matter? You lie because it does. Women will lie because it doesn't sound nice. Women will right away say, I've only been with one man. That's nothing. Women will lie if they know that they've been with 100 men, 50 men, sometimes even 20 men. So really, if it doesn't matter to you, why lie about it? Because you know it does matter. You know it looks bad on you. That's the thing.
Why? Because it's none of your damn business. So,
and that's the insanity of it. So your past, your history doesn't matter. So what does matter, right? What does matter? So it's fine to keep secrets if you choose it, right? That's the insanity of it. Like, if he's been a criminal in his past, it don't matter, right? It's none of your damn business, right? If he's cheated in all of his relationships, it don't matter. It's none of your damn business, right? It's in the past. It's in the past.
stop asking body counts. You look pathetic. The past is in the past.
The past is in the past. If I ask this woman, would she will be with a man that's been in 100 relationships and he cheated on all of his relationships, would you be with this man? She's like, I guarantee you, no woman will say yes. I would say, why? The past is the past, right? It don't matter. Cheating in the past doesn't mean that you will cheat in the future, right? Right? So really, what does it matter? This is the insanity of women. This is the hypocrisy, the insanity. Because when their logic only applies to themselves, that's where the delusions and the stupidity comes from. Because that don't make sense. How can that logic only apply to whatever you think is? The past is the past. It will have to apply to everything. Right? If you want to put that logic to say that the past is the past, then whatever someone did in the past does not matter then. Right? Because it will only make sense if that's applied universally. Because that won't make sense if it's only applied selectively. Because then you choose what it applies to. That means it's biased. And that means it's faulty logic. That's the insanity of it. That's the craziness of it. So, what do you guys think? That's the thing with women. I find so, and that's the thing, right? It's not about hate. It's not about me hating women. It's not. It's about me showing the hypocrisy of these women, because it don't make sense when their logic is applied back on themselves. It don't make sense. Oh, here's something that.
So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking.
I guess this could go along with that video. I guess I want to show you guys this video. So let's start with this one. I was talking about body count in the last video. Let's check this one out.
So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's? Like 20? I feel like 20, surely. I know mine is a little bit high compared to most people's, so don't get me wrong, I'm not out here thinking that's normal. I like to have fun, what can I say? But I feel like 20 is like a good round whole number, right? What's yours? So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's? Like 20? I feel like 20, surely. I know mine is a little bit high compared to most people's, so don't get me wrong, I'm not out here thinking that's normal. I like to have fun, what can I say? But I feel like 20 is like a good round whole number, right? What's yours? So my body count.
Imagine that, right? That insanity. I would not be surprised. This is a woman she's a S worker. So that's the thing. So her idea of fun is doing it with a lot of men. That's the thing. That's something that you have to think about. Where it's not the man that's insecure, right? It's not that he's just insecure. It's that you will make him feel insecure. Because then you think about, if your idea of having fun is variety, which is, it could be, right? But your idea is having fun is variety. It's having sex with many men. That means no one man can satisfy you. Because no one man is fun enough for you. And that's the thing, where that is the problem, where a lot of women who really are against body count or talking about body count, that's the delusion that they don't really talk about. If you can give it to so many men, how can one man satisfy you? Because your past has shown you that no one man can. No one man can satisfy you enough. Okay? And your past has shown it that no one man can do it. No one man can satisfy you enough for you to not think about all the other men, right? He's not big enough. He's not wide enough. He's not long enough. He doesn't stroke as good or whatever, right? He doesn't pick me up or shit like that. That's the thing. Women do the comparison, and then how they treat the man makes him feel insecure. Okay, it's that, and I've been there. I've done that. All right, even a woman. Let's say this: I've dated a woman who was like who only had like a body count of 4. She said, and yet you know what? She could still say that, oh, you know, my ex did this, my ex did that. Well, when women do that constantly, you know, that will make a man feel insecure, because if he doesn't do it, and he doesn't do it to the level of these other men, well, it's not him feeling insecure. It's you making him feel insecure because you are comparing him. Because it's not in his head how these men, you know, acted with you or did it with you. It's not in his head. You are telling him how it is. He didn't just assume that, you know, these other men rocked your world. You told him. You made it known. So really, that's the thing. Men just don't get insecure out of nowhere. It's because you make him insecure. And this is also the insanity where, okay, men have feelings too. Men are humans, right? How can women, you know, have a wide range of emotions, yet men cannot? So men are not allowed to feel insecure. It is such an amazing thing where women, modern day women, are so animate of always calling men insecure. Like, so men aren't supposed to feel insecurities? Or women are the only ones allowed to feel insecure, right? And this is the thing. In my belief, a lot of times women are the ones who make themselves feel insecure, right? About, let's say, how they look, because they look at other women or other shit, how they look, or, you know, whatever. Most usually is how they look, right? But men, I honestly believe, men don't feel insecure until women actually make them feel insecure, right? So I don't think men just feel insecure out of nowhere. Like, oh my God, I'm so jealous of that man. Not really. Not really, in my opinion. A lot of men don't care. Unless, let's say this, right? If the woman that he's with is like, oh my God, that man is so good looking, that man is so cool, all the shit. Well, now he's insecure of that man. Now he's jealous of that man. He wasn't jealous of that man automatically. Okay? That's the thing where women can't understand. Usually men don't really care. They don't care until a woman affects them and makes them care. That's the insanity of it. So
is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's? Like 20? I feel like 20, surely. I know mine is a little.
I think that's high too, right? 20 that's pretty high. I mean, mine is about probably under 10. I mean, it ain't much, and I'm pretty old, so mine is under 10. Probably 20. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with how this generation is, like how the dating, how women are so loose with their body. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised. Hoes are gonna hoe, right? Probably chill.
A little bit high compared to most people, so don't get me wrong, I'm not out here thinking.
A little bit high? That's insanely high. I mean, to get to know, I mean, probably she didn't even get to know, like, that's the insanity. She probably didn't even get to know 500 men. She probably just blindly had sex with strangers. Like, literally, boom, that man, let's have sex. Boom, that man, let's have sex. Boom, that man, let's have sex. Really, maybe he was a kind of close to her attractive level, or what she thinks is attractive, and boom, have sex with him. This is the thing, right? I think the insanity that women think that men created hookup culture. No, it's women. women created hookup culture because women are the ones who give access to sex. And here's a woman that's given access to sex to 500 men. She's one woman, and she's given her body to 500 men. This is the thing. I feel sad for any man who does not think that's a bit disgusting, right? I mean, at least disgusting for a long-term commitment. If this woman is, I mean, and she's pretty good looking, but again, to think that I want to be with this woman for life, I don't think so. I mean, again, she's good looking, but it's just the image that 500 men have, had easy access to this woman, and probably even more later on, is not that tempting. Okay, and here's the thing about I've heard that like those DNA, it stays for a while, right? So that's the thing. Men's essence will stay in these women for quite a while. That is amazing.
That's normal. I like to have fun. What can I say? But I feel like.
And that's, again, I would like to point out that having fun for a lot of modern women who have high body counts is giving their body indiscriminately to so many men. That's the thing where it seems to not like the women or the people who are against body count, right? Or who are against low body count is insane to me that you have no, what is it? What could you say? No value in your own body. It's not that big. It's not that important because if you can give it to 500 men, how can you value it? If 500 men had access to your body, why is it valuable? Right? It's not that important because again, I've said this before, women's bodies and children, right? Women's womb is the most precious thing you can give to a man. Yet women, a lot of women give their bodies to any man, plenty of men, and a lot of women have given kids to terrible men. So really, where's the value in it? If you can give your body to pretty much Tom, Dick, and Harry, any kind of man, low caliber, nothing special men, and yet you acquire your standards are high value men or top level men, is insanity. Because again, you're giving the same product to shitty men that you will give to rare men is absolutely insane. It is like I'm going to give a piece of trash to low value men, and I'm going to give the same trash to high value men. What? That's insane, right? And the same thing with children. I will give a child to a man that would cheat on me, abuse me, lie to me. He's a shitty man. He's a deadbeat, whatever. I will give a child to him. Yet, I may give a child to you. You need to reach a certain level to get a child from me. Where's the logic in that? All this is just pure delusion right there. That is all pure delusions. So, yeah.
20 is like a good round whole number, right? What's yours? So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's? Like 20? I feel like 20, surely. I know mine is a little bit high compared to most people's, so don't get me wrong, I'm not out here thinking that's normal. I like to have fun, what can I say? But I feel like 20 is like a good round whole number, right? What's yours?
And that's the thing, right? I saw a comment. Like, women don't keep it to themselves. Like, this is the thing. A lot of men aren't stupid. But what a lot of men would do is just ignore it. Let's say this. Hypothetically, if I got on a date with this woman, I wouldn't even ask. Because I know it would be high. I wouldn't even ask. A lot of men will fool themselves to be with women. They will lie to themselves to be with women. But women are shameless nowadays. It goes along with it. Women are selfish, shameless, delusional, hypocrites. You name it. women embodies it. They don't care. They they don't care about the shame. That, I mean, there's no shame anymore. There's no shaming anything really, right? It is totally fine to say that I've let 500 men run through me. Yeah. So that is the quite the something. So yeah. Let's play it one more time.
So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's? Like 20? I feel like 20, surely. I know mine is a little bit high compared to most people's, so don't get me wrong, I'm not out here thinking that's normal. I like to have fun, what can I say? But I feel like 20 is like a good round whole number, right? What's yours? So my body count is 500.
There's no shame anymore. And I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? No shame, so women just do whatever. But because there's no shame, at least you know, right? At least men don't have to lie to themselves. But a lot of times, like, I believe a lot of men lie to themselves so they can feel comfortable being with women like this. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? All right. So, it's it's been a good live. I think I enjoyed it. Right, good live. About an hour and a half. I had fun reacting to these videos with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been fun. Alvi, Elk, Parasocial, Man, Scam, everyone, right? Thank you for joining. Carney, thank you for joining. I always love the support. And you know what? What is it? Skinny Pimp, a hater. I love it too, right? I rather you hate me than don't care at all, right? So bring on the hate, right? It's worse for the content creating if you don't even care at all, right? But hating, I'm fine with that too. So thank you guys for joining. Please check out my other videos. A lot of the recent videos haven't been getting as much traction as I hope they would. So help me out, right? Comment on it, like, spread them out if you guys can. But help me out if you guys could. But if anything, it's cool. Thank you guys for supporting any way you guys can. It's amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you. But that's it. Later, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of the night. Hopefully, if I'm not tired, that's why I didn't do a Monday stream, because after work I don't get money for this, or this is just a hobby. I like doing it. So if I'm coming home from work, if I'm not too tired, boom, I can stream. That's why I didn't do Monday. So hopefully Saturday I'm not too tired, or I didn't come home too late. But hopefully I could do a stream on Saturday as well. So if you guys could join on Saturday, that would be amazing. But